Each year we strive to improve on the year before by creating statues and sculpture that are art pieces in their own right. This fourth one in the Masters collection continues on that fine tradition. For me, this is a very special one because it's the first in the Masters collection from The Hobbit. This moment in the movie, this character, the actor that played this character, has a very special place in these films. This piece has been an incredible collaboration amongst a large group of people, as is always the case with any of the statues that we create here. But with Thranduil, Stephen Saunders has taken the lead, and his versatility gives him the opportunity to touch every part of the process as this beautiful sculpture comes to life.
What I think Stephen understood right at the very, very beginning, and that the final statue demonstrates, is that he understood the nature of this character so profoundly well.
The way I think of the statue is the whole thing is super arrogant. Everything about it, his posture, the lift of his chin, the size of the throne, the design of the throne, and indeed the size of the entire sculpture is big and arrogant. This is one of the first times where I was able to follow the sculpture through all the stages of the making, from sculpture to mold making and casting and painting.
Having Stephen involved from start to finish on this collectible meant that there was a great continuity of creative vision, and I think in any statue that helps give it a greater level of integrity.
It's extremely important to us to get all the details very accurate and very finely finished in the whole piece, and very true to the original set that it was based on.
Like most of our Middle-earth statues, we have the luxury of a lot of reference material. In this case, we had set plans, we had models, and we had hundreds of photographs from the set.
We also went down to the archives and pulled the actual costumes so we can reference the fabrics and the textures, the patterns and the colours.
The sculpting process on this statue was actually really interesting because Stephen's a model maker and a sculptor, and as a sculptor he works both in plasticine and also in pixels.
Whether we do things digitally or physically, we still always want to have it feel very detailed, very handcrafted, hand-finished, personally finished.
Stephen began sculpting the piece digitally. After all the digital work was done and we had a 3D printed prototype, he went in and resurfaced almost every element physically. What that gave us was handcrafted quality alongside the precision of a digital sculpt.
All the surfaces of the sculpture, the tree, the steps, the antlers, the floor and the wall, I felt like they needed to be interesting with lots of detail, lots of contrast to them.
Stephen has achieved quite a dynamic range of different textural treatments in this statue. It has areas that are very organic and rough. There are other areas that are incredibly smooth and glossy. There are metallic sections to it. There are some areas that are matte, there are some that are polished. The overall effect is something that is very rich and varied. One of the things I think is really cool about the statue is a collector has the option to display it either with or without Thranduil on the throne. And this is done with the thought being that many of our collectors enjoy the large environments that we make. And by taking Thranduil out of the throne, you get to really appreciate the beauty of the design of the throne itself.
Stephen's incredible artistic abilities, his focus on detail combined with the collective energy and expertise of our team has elevated this piece to what it is. It is a beautiful piece of sculpture in its own right, and certainly one that I celebrate in.